She used to believe that love was loud, that it announced itself with promises and protection. Growing up, she had learned instead that love could be quiet, fragile, and easily broken. Her name was Amina, and she was the kind of sister who stood slightly behind, always watching, always noticing the things others missed. Her younger sister, Layla, was sunlight. People noticed Layla first. They laughed with her, trusted her easily, followed her without question. Amina never resented that. She loved Layla more than anything in the world, and for years, that love felt like enough. Their parents had died when Amina was barely 22 and Layla was 16. Overnight, Amina became more than a sister. She became a guardian, a provider, a shield. She took a job she hated, worked double shifts, gave up college, and learned how to stretch a paycheck until it cried. Layla never asked for these sacrifices, but she benefited from every one of them. Amina made sure her sister finished school, wore clean clothes, and dreamed big dreams. Every night, she would lie awake, listening to Layla breathe in the next room, promising herself that no matter what happened, she would never let the world hurt her sister. That promise would be tested in ways Amina never imagined. Layla met Daniel at a friend's party during her first year of college. He was charming in a practiced way, with a smile that lingered just long enough to feel intimate. He spoke softly, listened closely, and made Layla feel chosen. When Layla came home talking about him, her eyes shining, Amina felt a flicker of unease she couldn't explain. It wasn't jealousy. It was instinct. Years of reading people had taught her that some kindness was calculated. Still, Amina said nothing. She smiled, asked polite questions, and told herself she was being overprotective. Layla was an adult now. She deserved love. Daniel became a regular presence in their lives. He brought flowers for Layla, helped with groceries, and praised Amina for raising such an incredible woman. He knew exactly what to say. But Amina noticed the small things. How Daniel's hand lingered on Layla's wrist when she disagreed with him. How his compliments sometimes carried a sharp edge. How Layla, once so confident, began asking permission before making simple decisions. The changes were slow, almost invisible. Layla stopped laughing as loudly. She canceled plans. She apologized too much. When Amina asked if everything was okay, Layla smiled and said she was just stressed. Daniel was ambitious, she said. He pushed her to be better. Then one night, Layla came home with a bruise on her arm. "It's nothing," she said quickly, pulling her sleeve down. "I bumped into a door." Amina felt something cold and heavy settle in her chest. She wanted to scream, to demand the truth, to drive straight to Daniel's apartment and tear the door off its hinges. Instead, she nodded. She hugged Layla gently and waited. The truth came weeks later, shattered and sobbing, when Layla finally broke. Daniel had started with words, she said. Telling her she was stupid, ungrateful, lucky to have him. When she cried, he told her she was dramatic. When she fought back, he told her no one else would want her. The first time he hit her, he apologized for hours. The second time, he blamed her. The third time, she stopped counting. Amina held her sister as she cried, feeling rage coil tighter with every word. This was not a problem to be solved. This was a debt to be paid. They went to the police. They filed a report. Daniel denied everything. He was calm, convincing, and backed by a lawyer his parents had hired. There were no witnesses, no recordings, and Layla's bruises had faded. The case went nowhere. Daniel didn't stop. He sent messages, voicemails, emails. He apologized, threatened, begged, and mocked. He told Layla that no one would believe her. He told her that Amina couldn't protect her forever. That was when Amina stopped waiting. She didn't believe in reckless revenge. She believed in precision. She began by learning everything she could about Daniel. His routines, his habits, his weaknesses. She watched from a distance, blending into the background the way she always had. She learned that Daniel worked at a mid-level marketing firm that prided itself on its ethical values. She learned that his image mattered more to him than anything else. She learned that he cheated on Layla with at least 2 other women, both coworkers. Amina created a new identity online. She made it believable, careful, and clean. She befriended Daniel's coworkers, slowly, patiently. She listened more than she spoke. People trusted her. They always did. She collected stories, screenshots, timelines. She never rushed. Meanwhile, she helped Layla heal. Therapy. Late-night talks. Long walks where Layla relearned how to breathe without fear. Amina never told her sister what she was planning. Layla had suffered enough. She deserved peace, not the weight of revenge. When the time came, it came quietly. Anonymous emails went out to Daniel's company, detailing his behavior with dates, names, and evidence attached. Not just what he had done to Layla, but to others. Messages he had sent from his work email. Photos taken during office hours. The company launched an internal investigation. Daniel was suspended, then fired. But Amina wasn't finished. She sent carefully curated information to Daniel's girlfriend, to his parents, to the community organizations he volunteered with. She never exaggerated. She never lied. The truth, presented clearly, was devastating enough. Daniel tried to fight back. He threatened lawsuits. He sent angry messages. He showed up at their apartment one night, drunk and furious. That was his final mistake. Amina had installed cameras weeks earlier. The police arrived before he finished shouting. This time, there was evidence. Daniel was arrested for harassment and violating a restraining order that had quietly been put in place. The court took it seriously. He was ordered to attend anger management classes, lost several professional opportunities, and became a cautionary tale whispered about in his social circles. Amina watched it all from a distance, feeling no triumph, no joy. Only relief. Months passed. Layla began to smile again. She went back to school. She made new friends. Sometimes, she would look at Amina with a softness that made Amina's throat tighten. One evening, as they sat on the balcony watching the city lights, Layla said, "You never asked me if I wanted revenge." Amina nodded. "I know. But you protected me anyway." Amina looked at her sister, at the woman she had helped raise, at the survivor who had found her strength again. "That was never a question," she said. Revenge, Amina had learned, wasn't about cruelty. It was about balance. About taking power back from someone who believed they could take everything and walk away untouched. She hadn't destroyed Daniel. She had simply removed the mask and let the world see what was underneath. And if anyone ever tried to hurt her sister again, Amina knew exactly what she would do. She would watch. She would wait. And she would make sure they never forgot her name.